Well now. Looks like we might be live. We might not be. One never knows. How y'all doing? Be great if you can tell me you can hear me. Doing something a little bit different from the test run I did a few days ago. Picture in picture, but it's awfully bright over here. But I do have to have the lighting on so I can see what's going on. Let me know if you can hear me all right. Hi, Jessica. Great to see you. Turning the camera off because that is extremely annoying. Hi, Wichita. Great to see you. You can hear me. Okay. I decided I wanted to try two cameras. I may ditch that idea the next time I do this, but for now, that's what I got. Still trying to get myself organized. All I can say is when you do lives, you're almost never ready. I am going to start out with a spiral blade on this. And so what I decided to do, because it's summertime, and in the summertime, I'm not in the shop not nearly as often as I would be in the colder weather. So I am, instead of doing a video every week, if I choose to do a live stream, it'll be in place of the video. Because I can't always film, edit, and upload in a timely fashion when I'm spending a lot of time outside. It is an unfortunate, well, it's fortunate because I love being outdoors, but it is tedious. So I'm trying to take the pressure off myself. I love doing this channel. I enjoy making the videos, but my love for being outdoors is a lot greater. Just need to, whenever I put a new blade on, I run it for a second or two, just to stretch it out, because they do stretch a tad bit. What I decided to do this time is I'm going to do a little cutting on this part here just to see how this blade behaves, because I tend to get caught in a predicament when I do spiral. Spiral blades don't always behave the way I like them to, and that is dependent upon the wood. I need my granny glasses. So I am able to keep an eye on the chat. Not as much as I would like as if I was just on a panel, but last week when I did the test, it was actually a few days ago, I was distracted. So what ended up happening is, yeah, we're just going for it. What ended up happening is I made a few mistakes. Nothing that couldn't be fixed, and got a few pointers from Wichita. And I still haven't tried to do that in Word yet. Haven't been on the computer. I also do some landscaping for neighbors. So, yeah. Let's see what we can make happen here. Oh, I wanted to cut that off. Well, better luck next time, maybe. The reason I'm using a spiral, because a lot of these curved lines are easier for me to use a spiral blade. And I discovered that when I was doing a pine tree pattern, and all the tree leaves were rounded. The other nice thing is you can go forward and backwards with this blade. Ooh, this cuts really nice on here. This is a new supplier that I'm getting this wood from, and I'm quite happy with how it cuts. And some of the reviews I read, it's laminate, they say. I don't know. All I know is it works. First cut done. If you notice with the curved lines, I don't know how well you can see that. All these curved lines, it's much easier for me to use a spiral blade to do this piece. I learned early on with spiral blades that straight lines are not my forte with those. Again, these patterns are very forgiving. If I go off the line for anything, it just looks like it's part of a piece when it's all said and done. Normally I have my shop back running, but it's absolutely too loud. Sometimes I do have to turn it with this because it's actually, I can't see. I also think it kind of gets pulled by the grain of the wood. Now I was looking for lighting for doing this. And a lot of the magnifiers are 5 times or 10 times magnification. What I call my granny glasses are 1.25 magnification. And I can see just fine with it. So I am going to look into just the white. Hi, Dagon. Because I'm going to continue to use the glasses instead of having a big magnifier right here in front of my piece. I'm not really fond of that idea. Maybe as I get older I'll have no choice. But the granny glasses go up and down with magnification as well. sometimes you get a little point where you started. And if you're careful, you can shave it off with a spiral blade. I definitely like having my vacuum on. But I'm sacrificing for the live stream. Oh, you got a notice? Nice. I'm not sure what YouTube does with that. I'm starting to put in my calendar if there's a live stream that I don't want to miss, especially when it's scheduled out a day or two. I'm starting to add it to my calendar because even when I say notify me, it doesn't come in my email until it's over. So I don't know what's with that. I really thought I was going to be trying different blades, but it looks like this spiral blade's going to do the trick. The spiral blade's not good for funny corners for obvious reasons, because it's round, it's not flat like the other blades. Leave it alone, Amy, it looks fine. For example, this is a little pointier. Let me see, right there. It has more of a point to it. But again, for this application, it really doesn't matter because on the finished product, you'll never notice it. You'll never know what it was supposed to be because it looks good as what it is. And I thank y'all for coming in. I can't believe how much I enjoy doing this. Do you think that's why I say over and over again, it is a hobby? Yes, I do sell my work, but I don't want it to become a job. I think that's when you stop enjoying what you're doing, when you have to get an order done, or orders start coming in and you get overwhelmed with coming to your back, getting done on time. And I'm not super fond of repetitive. Okay? Doing the same pattern over and over again. Although the exception so far is Tree of Life and Angel. And the cross that I did, I got an order for 3 more of those. And I did enjoy cutting those. Roland. You know, I made this at 7 o'clock. I did this at 7 o'clock just for you, Roland. Because I knew that the time frame would be better for you. At least the stopping. Of course, you know I appreciate it. I think you told me your son's doing this too, right, Roland? Getting in scroll saw. It really is a lesson in patience. I hope y'all can see this all right. I was concerned about that in the last slide, whether the camera angle is all right or not. Oops. I think since I started this, there's only 3 pieces that I did that totally crashed beyond fixing. And that was way early on because I was trying to do way more than what my capabilities were. Another one down. Uh-oh, did I hit the camera? I did. Sorry. What's everybody got going on tonight? Oh, can't see it. Let me look. Oh, yeah. Oop. Tell you, this is the best head right there, Pegasus. Love those things. The heads that came on this machine really made me question whether I bought the right machine or not. Because it was just a hassle getting that blade to pop in on top. Never had an issue with the bottom part. And when the threads finally stripped on it, I had to bite the bullet and buy one. Can I use all of those? Oh, I could, except I'm drilling a hole in random places. So if I want to do that, I would strategically place my drill holes in a different spot to do that, Roland. I'm just thankful I can do this part. You know, I'm one to put a lot on myself, and I did think of that, especially with the Tree of Life, to put the pieces back in and make the negative of that. And I have to just not do that yet. Hello, Marvin. Welcome. Yeah, the struggle is real with these holes. And you know, Wichita, I tell you, he gives me all these suggestions. And stubborn woman that I am. Okay, stop looking at the chat. Ooh, that ain't gonna go. Let's try that. Sometimes I think it's a waste of product. Putting tape on the bottom so I can mark the holes. Yeah, I am budgeted on what I can spend and what I can't spend for right now. So I have to pick and choose what I'm going to utilize for this hobby. To me, blades were more important. And when the head had to be replaced, then I sacrificed on not getting new blades for almost a month. I knew I needed new blades, so I just made it work with what I had. Yeah. So most of these parts, the pieces I'm taking out, rolling, I just burn them for right now when my bucket gets full. How much would this cost? Huh. I have to think about that. Every piece you see me cut on the videos and stuff, it's the first time I'm doing it. So the picture you saw on my community page and on Facebook, that was not mine. I got that from the book where I got this pattern out of. Because when I took a picture of just this, it didn't look good. So I wanted a better picture for the community tab when I was, doing what I was doing. I would say I want to put a backing board on this so it can be mounted. It just looks better with the dual colors. Just to cut this and give it to you to do what you want with it. Stain it, finish it. It would be $20. It'll probably be $30 when I'm done with it. But again, it all depends. Sometimes I put a lot more work into this afterwards. I mean, the cross is a $50 cross. You saw that from last week. Or, yeah, I think it was last week I did it. It's $50, and it's, I think it's 10 by 6, 3/4 inches maple. If I were to cut this out of, no, 3/4 inch black walnut. If I were to cut this out of black walnut or maple or some other more expensive hardwood, that price goes up by $20, $25 because the price of that wood is just phenomenally expensive. Yes, Dagon, I have to tell you, I'm still learning that patience thing. When I'm doing this not live, I am in the zone. I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm almost in my happy place. That goes the same with when I do landscaping work for jobs that I do. When I'm outside working in the grass and trimming and doing flower beds and stuff, I'm definitely in my zone. You notice I stop before I turn, and the reason being is if I don't, this thing sails right off the right out of where I'm at because I can't seem to hold it still while I turn. So, and the only reason I'm turning is so I can see where I'm cutting. Okay, that one hit the floor. Yay. Oh, Ellen. Hi, Ellen. How are you, hon? Ellen's my neighbor. I do her yard for her. So when I say I'm in the zone, I really like doing her landscaping because her house is so beautiful. It's a corner lot and it's set up really nice, and I just can't seem to find that hole. What the heck? Found it. Y'all can stop looking. Probably watching this on your big, gymongous TV, aren't you, Ellen? Uh-oh. Pay attention, Amy. What we got going here? Oh, I see. It's twisting. That's because it's a spiral blade. So it smells. Rolling. You're killing me. Now, Roland, you said that your son's starting the scroll saw, right? Or he wanted to? I think it was you. You might have answered me already, but like I said, I can't see the chat. Well, I can see it, but I cannot cut and read your replies. And I don't think I can add somebody to the panel because I don't believe my internet can handle it. Didn't want to do that. I do believe Wichita has been doing this for years and years and years. And it might even be painful for him to watch me do it. But like I said, I do what works for me. And I do know everybody has their own style. Oh, don't go off the line. You're straying. Oh, you're watching on your phone, Ellen? Okay. Thank God for that. I never want to tell Dominic that I'm doing a live stream or doing a video because I don't want him to watch it on his big, gymongous TV. And I'm kidding about that. I'm going backwards. Really hard for me to see. That's why sometimes I just turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, I need a moment. So what do you think? Like what you see so far? Is it kind of, can you see it all right? I really don't even know. Oh, that light is so bright. Probably should have wore a hat. Oh, Roland, that's funny. I enjoy watching many of the videos. I mean, I don't watch other scroll saw videos. I thank you, Jessica. I don't watch a lot of scroll saw videos anymore. I did before I even started this, and the more I watched, the more I wanted to do. And I explained all that, and before. And so now that I'm actually doing it, I don't watch that. I watch other things that are of interest to me. I like metal detecting, which I do. Um, I like watching the magnet fishing, certain channels. I've never done magnet fishing before. Sometimes I'll just zone out on a friend of mine, Blake, New Vision Residential. Don't remember the name of his channel. Sorry. I watch him do his lawn care, and I can get into the zone with that. Um, but it's not extensive. He just does some sped up ones, and it works out well. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. Let me turn that off. You ain't watching me do this. I might pick my nose, and I don't want that to happen while I'm on camera. Okay, I lied. I'm not going to do that. You my chickens are watching me. Yeah, I'm talking about you guys. I'm not making nearly as much noise as I usually do when I'm out here. But when that vacuum starts running, the chickens come running in. They're up on the perch, and they're all sitting there watching me while I'm working. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe. Dagon, I'm just doing this because I like it. Um, and the videos, well, I'm way offline. The videos that I've watched didn't really, stuck. Get out of there. Thank you. They didn't really show. They showed all the best parts of a cut. They didn't show all the little mistakes that you make or all the challenges you're up against. And that's fine. You know, I'm not knocking them. But when I made the decision to do this hobby, I'm like, well, look how simple that is. Yeah, about that. Yes, it is in concept, but it's a learning curve like anything else. Okay, I'm not even touching anything. What are you doing, Amy? Come on. And that's why I decided to start my channel this way, doing this to show just, you know, the reality of the things that you learn, the mistakes that you might make. Um, I guess, you know, a lot of YouTube channels, I don't know, I'm not assuming, but again, now that I look back on what I did watch, I have a greater understanding of what they were talking about on some things. Excuse me. Oh, I've had a few choice words. Several times, a few choice words, yes. And it definitely involved the F word many times. But I'm my own worst enemy because once I realize that even though I make a mistake, it can be fixed or nobody's going to notice. I think that was the biggest learning lesson of doing this. I was so stressed about staying on the lines perfectly that I would get mad when I went off. Now believe me, this spiral blade is no easy blade to work with. You can dangle and dance pretty quick if you're not paying attention. Just can't seem to do that backwards. So that was the reason I started doing this, so that anybody that has an idea or a desire to start working with a scroll saw, you can see the reality of it. You know, it takes practice, it takes determination, patience. If you're a perfectionist, it might not work out well for you. I am a perfectionist. But over the last 10 years, I'm learning to set that aside in many aspects of my life. So I've got to do this. So I was okay with this part. I'm looking at the chat. Oh, I know, Roland. I never. How do you make disasters? I was gonna say it sucks to be perfect like you. But then I read on. Now, realistically, I would have gotten a lot further on this if I wasn't doing the live. Thank you, Jessica. I can't, you know, I tell you, I've gotten so much great advice from doing my channel from seasoned scroll sawyers that are willing to help me out and give me advice and suggestions, because without that, there's a lot of things I would have still been beating my head against the wall over. Now this is 1/4 inch plywood. While I like it for the live stream video, I would have preferred to have done this on 1/2 inch hardwood. Which I will make another one that way because why? Oh, I like doing it on the 1/4 inch first, the first time I cut a pattern. And if I like it, doing it on hardwood afterwards, it's so much easier. Because I've already done the whole pattern, I'm familiar with it. Oh, there I go, hitting the camera again. Oh, sorry. Look at that. I hope y'all aren't getting dizzy. Let me see. Sorry about that. I have very limited space. I don't have all the YouTube technical stuff. Oh, lordy lord. Roland, I know you would. Let me look here. Did you answer my question about your son doing? Oh my God, put it. I was thinking, well, no, I better not do that. What I would say to you guys in person, oh, absolutely, Marvin. I agree with you 100%. Roland, I was asking if your son is going to do the scroll saw. I thought you mentioned that he wanted to do that. That was the question. I actually have a dresser that my laptop and my camera and everything is on right now for this video. And I'm refinishing it. And I'm actually going to do that with this dresser and put the inserts on the sides. Yes. Okay. I need to take a minute. I want to talk in the chat. Okay. So I am planning on doing that with a dresser that I have. I'm refinishing it. But again, that's going to be closer to the winter time because I just don't want to do this stuff in the summer. So yes, the compound patterns, and you're talking about the 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch multi-cut Wichita, so that it's compound. I really want to do that. And I have the wood to do that with too, by the way. So that is my question to you, Wichita. You're talking about the ones where you use the 1.5 by 1.5 or 2 inch by 2 inch block of wood. Yeah, Jessica, I'm not going to do the process of refinishing it because I'm really not I have a hard time filming that kind of stuff because I'm all over the place. I don't have the right camera equipment, and I started out trying to do that with the dresser. I knocked over my phone, to this phone on my tripod. I knocked it over because I'm busy doing stuff. Yes, it is, Roland. That is a yes. But when I do the inserts for it, I'll show that process. I'll probably do a video on one of them because I don't like to do multiple videos on the same item. And then do a video of me putting the inserts in the dresser. Yes, okay, which I'll actually see about doing that for next week's video. I've got the wood for it. I mean, I know a lot of people use pine because of the softer wood. And of course, you know, in my brain, I want to use a hardwood. I'm not fond of staining wood. I don't like how the finish almost looks fake. So yeah, I could stain pine to look like walnut or maple, but in my eyes, it looks fake. I know to the average consumer or person that would be buying such things, they wouldn't know the difference, but I do. Oh, you ain't kidding, Roland. And that really has a lot to do with the blade. Um, I'll show you the underside of this on the next time I pull this out. There's going to be more sanding on this because I'm using a spiral blade. But that's the sacrifice I make, and I don't mind making because the cutting is so much easier for me. Now, when I first started doing this, I was using whatever wood I could find. I was using donated plywood pieces, a couple of things I got from Hobby Lobby. I bought something on Amazon, some quarter-inch plywood, and it was just garbage. It, it's separated. The back side of my pieces, all these chips of wood came out. It was, the nice thing about that though is you put a backing board on it and nobody knows the difference. But again, I do. So in July, the town I live in is having a town-wide garage sale. So I'm going to have a lot of this stuff out for that. Plus the many, many other things in my collection from over the years of junk that I never use. Hi, Squirrel. Good to see you. I missed a couple of your things today. I hope you guys know that I just cannot be on everybody's everything all day long. As much as I'd love to, it's hard. I like to stop in, say hello, but there's so many live streams and so many videos out. I try to stop in to see everybody if I can. Most of the time what I do, I talk too much and go off the line, that's what I do. Usually what I do is when I get up in the morning and do my breakfast and coffee, I go to other channels and watch some of their content because, I want to support those people that are supporting me. Even if you're not supporting me, I'm following you for a reason. So, so I try to, but usually I only go to new content. In other words, I don't go back and watch all your old videos. I can't keep up with them. So people put out new stuff occasionally or every day. I can keep up with that. Not everybody. I follow a lot of channels. And I try to, just even it out and support everybody because it's, we all know it's dog eat dog in the YouTube world. But the goal for my channel, oh, that was a sliver of a sliver. Look at that little sliver of a sliver. Whoops, where's the camera? There's a sliver. The goal for my channel is not to grow and become this, top-notch everything. I want to keep doing it because I enjoy it. Oh, Dagon, I went to a live yesterday. Somebody I just subscribed to. I'm going, oh, cool, they're doing a live. So I'm in there. I knew some of the people in the chat, and I had no idea what they were talking about. I was so lost. There was a panel of people up on there, and I'm like, okay, well, I stayed for like 10 minutes. I bounced, and then I went back, and they were still on an hour or two later. I was still of the same thought I was the first time I came in there. I had no idea what they were talking about, and I bounced. So, in my morning routine, I go to my subscriptions, and that live went on for 8 hours and 34 minutes. OM freaking G. Are you kidding me? I can barely sit for an hour, let alone 8. No, I don't know if everybody on the panel was still there all that time. But 8 hours. I guess back in 2020 I could have done that. Because there wasn't a whole lot going on with, that situation. But once life started getting back to normal, I definitely had plenty of other things to do. Okay. Getting there. So yeah. Oh, that's that is. Okay. Excuse me. Maybe that was a short live for them. Thank you, Squirrel. I appreciate it. It's just my hobby. I want to share it with others. People that are thinking of doing something like this, they can see it's not difficult. It is tedious, but I do enjoy it. I don't know if you heard me say I am very interested in magnet fishing. That is just one thing I haven't done yet. But that's a hobby like this is, and hobbies cost money. So, um, yes, I can make a shadow or a box out of it like that. I quickly learned with just the scroll saw thing the amount of money one could spend doing it. Just the wood alone can break the bank. And I've been blessed with a lot of free, repurposed wood. Not all of it can be used for this, but I can use a lot of it for other stuff. I'm that person that goes down the street, go to the store, and I go buy somebody's garbage and they got 2x4s and stuff in the trash. I stop and get it. With how expensive wood is now, and by doing that, I have made all the shelving I've needed so far. Never had to pay for anything. Well, we started talking about you. Oh, I did. So now there's no evidence. I hope everything came out all right, Roland. Some of the small pieces will fall through here and come right out the bottom onto the floor. If I had the vacuum hooked up, oh, here we go. Okay, so here, let me look now. I don't know how well you can see it. It's starting to chip out here and here. I had a feeling that might happen. It's on this thin stuff. Now, there are benefits to putting tape on the back. It'll keep that together. But I honestly don't have a problem with that on this piece. Number one, it's a practice run. Number two, I'm going to put a backing board on it, which means it's just a solid outline and it'll never be seen. If I'm going to do more delicate work, it's because these things are so close together, it shoots out. The old wood that I had, there's only two spots on this so far that did that. The old wood I had, the whole thing was doing it. Liquid took the whole layer off. And I don't know if you saw how rough it was. It means the whole boat was sanding. But fortunately for me, I had a lot of the sanding tools already. The only real big expense was this saw. And I have no regrets buying it. What's with that? It is for me too, Dagon. I am going to stain this one on the front in the darker wood. A lot of the pieces that I've done so far, I've actually done nothing with them. And with this garage sale coming up, I got to finish those pieces so I can just get them sold. I think the only other tool I would like to buy is, it's a mini drill press for stuff like this. To put all these holes in. Right now I use a Dremel, which works fine. So, you know, getting that drill press, it's a little miniature version of a giant drill press, and it has all the real super small, it takes the super small drill bits so that I can get into even finer spaces than this. To do really delicate stuff. And I'm not ready to do that yet, so I'm good. That's just a want, it's not a need. My Dremel works fine. And the smallest drill bit I have for my Dremel is perfect for what I do. It's actually a Timberwolf. Although wolves do look like dogs, it's not my pattern. I chose it for the live stream because it was simple enough to do. And I knew I'd be able to complete it. In 1 second. I have done patterns, Squirrel, that I actually have to stop every 30 minutes. And the whole pattern itself takes almost 2 hours. This blade's starting to get dull. That's what the issue is. Okay, let's try another one now. I line it up on the top first so I don't have to look at the bottom. Unless the bottom wants to be a pain in the butt like it is right now. There we go. Oop. No go. You can go by feel. Maybe I should do Casper the Friendly Ghost. That's sliding. Let's try that again. Like I said at the beginning of the video, when I put a new blade on, I just run the machine for a few seconds because the blades do stretch out a little bit. Excuse me. Where was I? Where I was so rudely interrupted by a dull blade. The reason I knew it was dull is because it was getting a lot of fuzzies in here when I pulled out the piece. And so I knew I had to let me make sure I got that on right. I do. I knew the blade was starting to dull. When you're using this on plywood, the glue in the plywood does dull the blades a bit, gums them up, whatever it does to them. They only last so long, so this blade actually lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. Now, if I wanted to make multiples of these, I would just glue 2 or 3 of these sheets of plywood together and cut 3 of them at the same time. I have yet to master that, though. And when I say master it, exactly what I mean. A whole different way of cutting. You have to change the blades more often. I'm pretty sure it's on all blades, Wichita. I would ask you that question versus I just noticed that I do the same thing with all new blades I put on. I run it for a few seconds, and when I take off the top, it's definitely a little bit loose. Not a lot, but you know, when we're sawing, it makes a huge difference on the cut. The tension not being correct. So I just got in the habit of doing that with all blades. But when you consider the fact that this blade is twisted, yeah, probably more so on these. Where was I? Okay. Well, I got to admit, I'm doing much better on this live stream than I was on the last one. Paying attention to the chat a little bit better. And I know y'all understand that I can't watch it. Sometimes I wish I could use spiral blades for everything. Oops. But I realize I can't do that. There's a time and a place for them. Oh, hi, John. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. I'm almost ready to do the outside. Ooh, 2 more cuts. I am excited that, you know, that's kind of like eating the icing off the cake. When you're done with all the inside cuts, you get to do the perimeter. That's the best part. I think, what was it? The Tree of Life. That had 95 cuts on it. That was a lot of cuts. I think this one has 25, something like that. I don't usually count them. I have hardly counted these just for to have that info in my head because I was doing this live. I started this journey in October of 23. I think this is my 7th month. I'm actually surprised that I'm still going at it. Let me see what we got. That is correct. Excuse me. I would love to do that, Roland. Um, Everything that you suggested is definitely stuff that's in my head. Shadow box it, get the lighting built in. I am capable and I know how to do all that. But just like making clocks and different things I want to make, it all requires me to make purchases that I cannot do right now. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. So, you know, like I said, it's a hobby. I would like to make at least one. And I know if I sell that one, which it probably would sell, by the way, that would, you put that money back into buying more stuff. Okay. I'm at the point where I should have cut off that piece. I did it again. Um, we have to go this way. Let me see what I missed. You want chicken? Oh, yes, Ellen. Of course, I want chicken wing pizza. Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry I didn't see that, hon. I saw somebody down towards the bottom say hello to you, and I realized that you were speaking. You could have sent me a text too, though. I would have seen it. Or did you? Nope. Okay. Oh, I'm making my own lines now. Mm-mm-mm. I would eat pizza with spaghetti on it, but my own. I come from an Italian family. I don't buy spaghetti or order it out, going out to eat. Spaghetti sandwiches, spaghetti pizza. Oh, yummy. That would be good. I've never had it, but I would eat it. But like I said, only if I made it. Ooh, let's do the outside now, guys. We're on the home stretch. Can you get what when I finish my live, Ellen? I can go. Oh, you can go get one. Oh, I thought you had it already. Don't go making a special trip. Well, guys, I'm doing the outside now. Can't wait. This is the best part of the whole thing. The best. Oh, no, let me take that back. Peeling all this off is the best part. But as far as cutting goes, this is the best. Going crooked. And that's on his head. Okay, I need a minute. Thank you very much, Roland. I sincerely appreciate you being here. Very much so. Marvin, I have not. Well, yes, I've had issues with the, what have I had? The tensioner knob at the back of the machine did not want to stay tight. I did some MacGyvering. It now stays in place, but I always check it once a week for just general maintenance to make sure that the arm is parallel to the table. And it's only loosened up once in 2 months since I've done that MacGyver fix. Then the speed control on the front was dancing in the wind. Couldn't figure out why it was just moving all over the place. I just dealt with it. I didn't bother looking at it because it really didn't bother me too much. I could feel the machine speeding up and slowing down on its own. Then I realized that, oh, look at that, there's a set screw for it that was almost out completely. I'm like, oh, I suppose we should get an Allen wrench and tighten up that screw, huh? Haven't had a problem with that since. It holds the speed wherever I put it now. Oops. Getting a little sloppy now. I'm starting to get tired. But other than that, no, I've had no issues with this machine. And I did buy it used, so the issues I did have, I half expected. I'm big on maintenance, so I kind of tried to learn as much as I could about the machine so that I can properly maintain it. Hi, BJs. Or should I say BJ? Hi, BJ. How are ya? Thank you so much for stopping in. I cannot watch the chat, so I apologize for not saying hello to you sooner. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's turn it. Home stretch, everyone. Yay. Let me see if I missed anything. Yes, John, it is similar. I do sew. Oh, yeah, I do sew as well. Both my grandmother and my mother were seamstresses. I have 2 sewing machines. With sewing, I do not have patience. If it's a quick sewing project, I'm all for it. Or repairs, etc., I'm all for it. But if it's making clothes and it takes, like a day or 2 to make it, that's not happening for me. I guess maybe because I grew up with 4 older brothers. And having said that, I would much rather go fishing and hunting than playing with dolls and sewing with my mom. I never wanted to do any of that girl stuff. I wanted to do the stuff my brothers did. So consequently, I grew up working on cars, hunting, fishing, uh, working in factories on big machinery, doing maintenance, stuff like that. I just was not the girly girl kind type. I can do it, yes. I don't enjoy it as much as what I'm doing right now, though. There we go. Don't get sloppy. I still have sewing projects that I haven't finished yet, and the only thing I need to do is sew on buttons. That's terrible. Look at that, guys. Oh yeah, gotta undo that. I didn't know that, Wichita. Oh, I bent this. Oh, I hate it when I do that. That's gonna be toast. You bend a blade this small, it's gonna break. Can you see that? You can. So that's that finished. Whew. Yo, hello. So what we got here, I'm going to turn that off. I don't feel like being on camera. There we go. I know you guys don't mind. I'm actually going to take me right on out of there. Bye-bye, Amy. So this is that. And then so I use painter's tape, and I happen to use wood glue to put my pattern on. Oh, I didn't mention what this was. This is Lora Irish pattern. I bought a book with this and several other things in it by her. The next one I want to do is a horse. That one's really nice. A lot more cuts on it. Don't know if I would do that one live or not. I might not. It would take, how long have I been on? I knew. How long have I been on? An hour and a half. A lot more cuts to that one. I could do it in 2 parts though. But the nice thing about doing a video and stuff like that is I can take a 3-hour cut and reduce it to 10 minutes. I love that, speeding stuff up. It's not necessarily freehand BJ. A lot of it's me holding the pattern to the table and just wedging my fingers between the board and the table. I used to do it when I first started because I didn't know any better, freehand, and that's when I made a lot of mistakes. Oh, there's my time frame. Okay. 85 minutes. So when you say 85 minutes, okay, so that probably would have been maybe 20 minutes less because I would have been focused. This wasn't that hard to do. But I'm enjoying doing it with y'all live. And know enough for myself. I just like to say y'all. Y'all come back now, yeah? You could make it happen, Dagon. So even the tape took off a little piece of, that's okay. So you're not going to be able to see it. You can see all the rough edges that I got to sand. Yeah, you can see that. And on this side, it's much smoother. So I'm definitely going to stain this. Thank you, Jessica. I really appreciate that. It's a little nerve-wracking doing it live. I can't lie. But it's real, meaning you just get everything. There's no editing out. I'm sure if I do another live or somewhere along the line, I'm going to end up making a major snafu or whatever, and that just is what it is. Trying to get a good, there we go. Well, I will, Dagon. I don't want to get into doing this. Like I said, I did this instead of doing a video today because I had 1, 2, 3 different lawns I had to do this week. And I just don't have the energy sometimes. My body is not what it used to be. So I just do what I can. And I wanted to make it work. I just want to do at least something once a week. That's the idea, though. So whether it's a video or a live stream, I want to do, and I've been wanting to do live streams too, but I just can't do it like I did before. Before it was easy to spend a lot of time on this stuff because I really like that actually. And when I stain it, it may turn out even better as far as it does look like a dog on the camera. Woof woof. But yeah. You might have to, Jessica. There's so many more that I have. There's so many patterns. Give me a second here. There's so many different patterns that I may do a video on a lot of the patterns that I just got. I picked up 5 books. I have that already. You should check out my Instagram. I have a bear paw with a bear in it and a bear claw built into it, a real claw. Let me put it in here. Oh, I can't do it there. Can't do it from that account. No, the Instagram is in my about on my YouTube. I'm pretty sure I have it on there. It's Woodworking Originals. I made that early on. That was before I got the scroll saw, so I had to do that the hard way. But it turned out beautiful. And when I say the hard way, that required a lot of sanding to make it look as nice as it looks. So yeah. Hi, ladies. How are you? Yeah. Am I in your bedtime? Am I disrupting your slumber? I know. I know it's a quiet one tonight. Talking to chickens. You know, Marvin, I really appreciate you coming in. Thank you. If there's anything you can help me with or I can help you with, don't hesitate to contact me. I do have an email on my about page on my YouTube channel. You can always get a hold of me somehow, whether it's in the comments or via email, YouTube, Facebook. Jessica, yes, those are my chickens. My shop is in their chicken coop. What did I miss? Well, I hope I didn't miss or I wasn't rude to anybody. I hope I caught a lot of the questions that were being asked. I actually kept up with it better than I thought I would, to be honest with you. So yeah, this was absolutely fun. I do appreciate everyone coming in. If I was better prepared, I could do the finishing on this. None of my sanding stuff is out here, though. I have all of that in my finishing area, which don't tell anybody, but that's my living room. When I first started woodworking altogether, I started out in my living room. My table saw was in there. My router was in there. My drill press was in there. That was a great idea in theory, but I must say it was a mess. It took all of a year for me to get all that out of there. Jessica, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate the support. What day is today? I'll see you tomorrow if you're doing a live tomorrow. I like it when you do your lives because it's in my downtime. I can usually hang for most of it. Take care. I'm just going to go a few more minutes. If there's anything you guys want to ask or anything you want to know, I'll be more than happy to do my best. I'm not an expert at anything. I'm just muddling through. Okay, great. I'll see you tomorrow then, hon. There's definitely a delay. Thank you, Marvin. You're probably gone already, but thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. Um, I really was very uncertain of myself for quite a while when I first started doing this. Again, I'm a perfectionist. Uh, but once I finished the project and I started taking pictures of them, that's when I realized that they looked okay. They were just fine. It's me scrutinizing it up close is really what the problem was. And then I started scrutinizing. There's several Facebook groups that I belong to that are scroll saw groups, and I take those pictures that they put up of their product and I blow them up. And when if you don't do that, it looks gorgeous. I mean, it looks gorgeous anyway, but I blow it up because I see where I would have some problems with that pattern that they made. And when I blow it up, I look, I'm going, oh, okay, so I'm not the only one. Perfect. But it looks great. You know, the untrained eye, I guess, would never notice it. Your customers would never notice it. So, anywho, I think I'm just going to end it on this note. Thank you very, very much, everyone, for coming in. Um, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you think I did all right. And I hope to do this again. Look at that. My mouse is working. I forgot. I gotta hide all this stuff. So I'm gonna sign off. I hope you all have a blessed weekend. Um, Sincerely appreciate you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it because I enjoyed sharing it with you. On that happy note, God bless everyone. Take care and don't do anything I wouldn't do.